The car showroom gleamed under bright lights, the polished floors reflecting expensive cars lined up like trophies. Jonathan Parker, the owner of Parker Motors, had been running the business for over a decade. Known for his meticulous taste and love for perfection, Jonathan rarely tolerated mistakes. Yet, despite the reputation, he always valued honesty and sincerity in people. One rainy afternoon, a man entered the showroom. Dressed in worn-out clothes, carrying a small, battered briefcase, he moved with quiet confidence. His name was Michael Lawson, a man who, despite humble appearances, carried immense knowledge of cars and the rare ability to read people. Michael approached the display with curiosity, admiring the vehicles silently, almost as if absorbing the aura of luxury around him. A young salesman noticed Michael and whispered among colleagues, "Look at that man. Poor guy. Bet he can't even afford a cup of coffee here." Laughter followed, but Michael didn't react. The focus was on the cars, his eyes tracing every line and curve, every detail others often ignored. Jonathan, stepping out of his office, noticed the stranger. "Can I help you?" Jonathan asked, his tone firm but polite. Michael smiled faintly. "Yes, I'm interested in the latest models. I have some specifications in mind." The salesman chuckled, trying to suppress his amusement. "Sir, maybe you should check elsewhere. This place isn't for browsing. Our cars aren't cheap." Jonathan frowned. The confidence in Michael's voice didn't match his worn appearance. There was something different about him. "Listen," Jonathan said, "we don't judge by appearances. Show me what you're looking for." Michael laid out an intricate plan for a custom vehicle, describing engine modifications, interior finishes, and safety enhancements with astonishing precision. Jonathan's interest grew. The man clearly knew his craft, but the salesman, uneasy and influenced by prejudice, interrupted. "Sir," the salesman said loudly, "I think you should leave. Honestly, you don't look like someone who could buy anything here." Jonathan, irritated, glanced at Michael, expecting embarrassment or retreat. But Michael stood straight, calm and composed. "I don't need to prove my worth through appearances," he said softly yet firmly. The tension in the room was palpable. Jonathan's instincts battled the assumptions. He wanted to trust his gut, but the salesman's mockery was loud enough for everyone to hear. In a moment of frustration, Jonathan gestured toward the door. "Leave, then. We don't have time for games." Michael paused, looked around, and left the showroom silently. The room returned to normal, the staff chuckling, thinking the matter closed. But Jonathan couldn't shake off the feeling. Something about the man lingered in his mind, the calm, the knowledge, the presence. Hours later, Jonathan received a call. A client wanted the showroom to deliver a rare custom vehicle, a model so exclusive it required someone with extraordinary expertise. Jonathan, skeptical, asked who can handle this. The voice on the other side gave one name, Michael Lawson. Curiosity piqued. Jonathan drove to Michael's modest apartment, where he found a small office filled with certificates, awards, and intricate car designs pinned to the walls. Michael wasn't just knowledgeable. He was a former engineer who had worked for top car brands internationally, designing award-winning models and leading teams in innovations. His appearance had concealed his true identity, a fact nobody in the showroom had guessed. Jonathan felt a mix of shame and admiration. Returning to the showroom with Michael, Jonathan announced to everyone, "Meet the person who could transform this place, not by wealth, not by appearances, but by skill and brilliance." The staff watched, stunned, as Michael explained plans to enhance the showroom's offerings, streamline processes, and create personalized vehicles for elite clients. Within days, the showroom's reputation soared. Sales doubled, and Michael's designs drew attention from major media outlets. Jonathan often reflected on that moment of prejudice, the assumption that wealth or appearance defines ability. Michael never complained, never sought revenge, but his brilliance spoke louder than any judgment. The story spread, becoming a lesson. Appearances deceive, and true talent is hidden in unexpected forms. Jonathan and Michael, once strangers divided by assumptions, became partners, revolutionizing the industry and redefining success. Sometimes a brief encounter, an incorrect judgment, can change lives forever. The lesson remained clear: never judge a book by its cover, for the cover rarely tells the story of the chapters inside. And in the heart of Parker Motors, the message was simple yet profound. Brilliance doesn't announce itself with wealth or fashion, it shines through knowledge, patience, and perseverance.